Welcome back. We have switched things up just a little bit for this particular segment. We have instead been joined in studio by members of the Belize City Thunderbolts. We have with us in studio this morning CEO Greg Mogel.
Morning.
Morning.
And we also have Coach Darren Bovell.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And two players. We have Charles Garcia and we have Victor Vito Evans in studio with us. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
Let's begin by talking about the performance of the Thunderbolts in this season so far and the fact that you have an upcoming game to be played tomorrow. Where are we in terms of what the Thunderbolts have been doing in the league this season?
I could take this part. We have been to a development stage where we are trying to find ourselves. We started off with an import. His name was Larry Johnson. He's still on the poster up there. So we brought him in, and he played with us for a couple games, and we won one out of two of those 2 games that we played with him. So he didn't really fit the part. He was good, but he didn't fit the part that we needed. So we had to go back to the drawing board, and we brought in Mr. Garcia, who actually is fitting in nicely in the part that we needed. So the team is getting back on track. Our record is now 3-3.
Okay.
So we are at 50% playing. So going forward now, we are trying to create our identity. Find ourselves as a team to settle down for the rest of the season. So we are just getting to our peak, where we need to be, and we have 2 games coming up this week. We're playing actually Thursday against the Belmopan City Kings, and then we play again on Saturday against the Cayo Western Ballers. So
both here in Belize City?
Yes, both here in Belize City at the Civic Center. Thursday is going to be 9 o'clock, and Saturday is going to be 8 o'clock p.m.
For me, I think it's interesting kind of understanding the dynamic of how the team adjusts. And as you mentioned, Coach Bubble, the fact that you have specific players for specific roles.
Yes.
And if that role isn't being met, you have to make a shift. How does that go about when mapping your players and ensuring that they play the best game that you intend them to play?
Yes, well, actually, basketball is played. It's a system game where everybody has a role. Like I said, we have Victor, who is the leading point guard, and we have Mr. Garcia here, who is the power forward and the center. So we have to find players that will complement them. That will do the odd jobs. We don't. These two are mostly where our offense is based. So we got to find players to pick up on the defensive end and other things like that. So it's a puzzle putting together to find a team that will mesh.
That's what it comes off as.
Yes.
Gentlemen.
Is that something? Sorry. Is that something that plays out throughout the course of the season, or is it something where you establish the chemistry from the beginning going into the season? How does that work?
Well, usually you should establish the chemistry going into the season, but we didn't have. This season was a short notice. We had like 3 weeks to practice before our first game.
Yeah.
So within the first 3 games, we are still trying to find that chemistry. So 6 games in, we are finally finding our chemistry now. So it's just to go in and refine that and try to be the best team possible.
Now, Vito, you've been sidelined by injury. Is that it?
Just
where
one
do you
game.
stand? One game.
Yeah,
Okay.
I missed 1 game earlier in the season. I think it was the 3rd game.
Yeah, the 3rd game against the 4th against the Belmopan.
Yeah.
Same team that we're going to play.
Yeah. So it was the yeah. No, it was against the Suns. That's the one I didn't play.
Okay.
Yep. So.
Corozal. Yeah.
How are you finding this new configuration under this new league as opposed to when you were playing under the BEBL or any other basketball league?
It's the same. It's just basketball. This same rules, same rim, same height, ball, same size. So
Just more games.
Yeah, that's it. It's nothing really new.
Yeah.
Okay, but you were on a different team, right?
Yes.
And so tell us about that part of it, the adjustment.
Different team. Fortunately, I have 3 teammates, former teammates, and Coupe, Ian, and Chuck right here. So everybody else was getting familiar with. I was fortunate to get here about 2 weeks before the season, so I got to gel with those guys a little bit. So for me, it wasn't too much of an adjustment as far as once the game started. But just finding our identity to start the season, I think that was probably the most complicated part. But I think now we have it, so it should be smooth sailing from here.
Charles, talk about what your experience has been like so far.
Like I said, been playing here some years now. Last year with Victor, Coach Buff, and my experience is going very well. I can't complain. You know what I mean? Wish we had more games. I wish I was here from the start. Waiting 3 weeks and playing now. Got to practice and stuff like that. Regroup the guys. Build up chemistry and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So just wish we had more games.
So we have 3 wins and 3 losses so far.
Yes.
And I know that ultimately the goal is to win all of them. And so, Mr. Mogale, as CEO of the Thunderbolts, what are your thoughts, or what's the administration side looking like when we are seeing the success and some of the challenges that have been showing out since the season has started?
We have great challenges with our team and organization, as in trying to put the team together to make sure that we have that core group of players that mesh and could gel, as what Coach has mentioned before. And it was a little bit difficult, but we get some experience from other players and other management from other organization, and so we worked with that, and it went out pretty well for us at the point.
How are you guys looking in terms of your prospects going forward? How many games are left before you go into the playoffs, and perhaps what's your current standing beyond the 3 and 3?
Well, it would be the next cup, right?
Yeah, well, we have 2 different cups. So we are competing for a cup against Bemopan and Kaya. Those are the 2 teams in our division. So we haven't met Kaya yet for this season, but we have met Bemopan twice. So with them, we have a 1-on-1 record, and we play them again. So we have 4 games against Kaya and 4 games against Bemopan. So if we could win this all out, then we will be the top seed in our division, and we will win our division.
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot. Yeah, we got.
Wow. And that's only the first cup. We still have 2 more. Whoa.
So we have six more games remaining that we are playing in our division. So we have 2 against Bemopan and 4 against Kyle.
What has the support from the fans been like? There's been a shift. We're looking at a new team, a new league. Are we seeing the buy-in from the public?
It's growing. Normally within the season, all season, this is like a lull period of time. And so what we are doing, our organization, our team, the Thunderbolts, this week has been considered as fans appreciation week. So we take this whole week and we dedicate it to the fans. Tickets that used to be for $10, now the general is $5.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
And when you sit at courtside, you get a voucher, which is about $15. You go to the bar, you get whatever drink you want, within soda, whatever it is. And
slightly harder.
Yeah. And we have the VIP, and you buy a VIP ticket, you get a $5 voucher. You also do the same at the bar. And we were doing giveaway tickets on Albert Street. We goes to all the different areas, trying to meet with the fans, to show them the support of the Thunderbolts, and asking them in the future to support us when that time comes around.
So those are some of the giveaways that you guys have planned. Do you have any events where you're set to meet some of the fans as well?
We were on the weekend we were at Albert Street, and then we had
we went to the Chicken Express Fair.
Oh, nice!
So it was a great time out there.
Then.
It was a great time out there. So
well, I understand we have a ticket giveaway for some of our viewers that are tuning in right now, and I hope that you were paying attention, because the question is, how many games has Belize City Thunderbolts won so far? And we've mentioned it quite a couple times so far in the conversation.
Easy question.
He's paying attention.
Let us know in the comment section, and the first person to answer correctly wins a ticket for Thursday's game?
For Thursday's game.
For Thursday's game. And we're going to iron out the details. Message us on our Facebook page on how to secure that ticket. But gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow, game 1. What time does it start?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock
Doors
p.m.
open at 7.
7 o'clock, and we can get our tickets at the
booth.
At the
Right
booth.
at the booth at Civic Center.
All
At
right.
1 o'clock, starting at 1, right?
No, 6
Oh,
o'clock.
6? Okay, 6
o'clock.
p.m. Booth open at 6.
All right, fantastic. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, we wish you guys all the best.
Thank you.
Moving into our next discussion, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, we're going to be talking about Shane Orio's Football Academy, their kids, their summer camp. They will be traveling outside the country later on this year as well. So definitely stay tuned to that.